Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about my 10 spring polish picks. I don't think I did this for winter. I'm pretty sure I did a fall polish picks, but I totally skipped winter. Anyways, too late. We're going to talk about my 10 favorite polishes for spring. Basically, all the spring collections that came out this year. Of course, I didn't review every single collection out there, especially if you include indie polishes, but I did look at quite a few, and this is just the roundup of polishes that were really grabbing my eye this year. These are the ones that I was just like totally feeling those this year. So we're going to go ahead and take a look. Of course, these aren't going to be everybody's favorite polishes because we don't all have the same exact opinion as me. So make sure that you leave in the comment below what some of your favorite polishes for spring were this year. Actually, there are a couple polishes in here that are not from this year. When I looked at all my spring polishes, I mean, I don't have them in a separate folder just for spring polish, but when I got out all my polishes on my computer and was looking through everything, these were the ones that were really just jumping out to me this year. So we're going to go ahead and take a look, and why don't we go ahead and start. I actually don't have any reds. Reds just weren't feeling very spring to me this year, so I'm going to go ahead and start with a pink. So I have two pinks in here, and one is a light pink, and this one was just really calling my name this year. I don't know what it is about it. I actually have two pinks in here. For a person that doesn't like pinks that much, these were pretty good pinks. So this first one is definitely like a warmer, dustier pink. This is from China Glaze's Spring House of Color collection for this year, and it is called Pink or Swim. I thought the formula on this was great. This is just a really flattering, appealing color to me. This just feels very petal perfect to me. I just was really digging this. So this is definitely one of my picks for spring 2016. Alright, my next polish is another pink, and it is the one I'm wearing here today. And I actually just picked this one up super recently, and I was really feeling this polish. It has a great formula. This is an OPI polish. It's from the Alice Through the Looking Glass collection, which isn't technically their spring collection because their spring collection came out at the very beginning of the year, and it was their New Orleans collection, of course. And this one is just in collaboration with the Disney video that's coming out. It's called Mad for Madness Sake. Definitely check out that review. We just did it a few days ago. And this one is so great. I was feeling a light pink for this spring, and then I was definitely feeling a darker, just more saturated and color pink. So yeah, I really like this one. Alright, so I have one nude to talk about today, and as you can tell already, we're not doing live application of these. I'm just showing them to you because everything that I picked has a really great formula, and you've already seen the live application of them in recent to somewhat recent videos. Here's another recent one. This is from Essie's spring collection this year. This is called High Class Affair. I remember when I just put this on, I just thought, yes, that's perfect. It's a very light, peachy nude. I just was really, really into this one, and I had a few that I really wanted to pick out for spring this year, but nothing felt quite as fresh as this with as nice of a formula, so definitely loving this one. Alright, so I wanted to include a yellow in here because I really feel yellow when I feel like spring is very... Yellow is just one of the colors that feels very spring to me. When I took my kids' Easter pictures, I dressed my daughters in yellow. It's just... I just love yellow for this time of year. But when I looked through this year's most recent yellow polishes, none of them really were just really catching my eye. None of the ones that were released for this spring were really things I was going crazy for. So I looked through my yellows from past collections or from different brands, and the one that I landed on that just was really appealing to me this year, it's actually not from a particular collection. This is a julep polish, and this is called Julep Sally, and it's kind of a peachy yellow. It has a little bit of orange in there, but it's very light and has a great formula, and it's not too like chalky white. It's actually kind of similar in color to this Color Club one that I just reviewed the other day as well, but it doesn't have a sticky kind of tricky formula. The formula in this is actually really nice, which it's just such a shame that these bottles hold so very little polish because you can go through these pretty quickly actually. So yeah, this is just my pick for this year, so Julep Sally is where it's at for me. Alright, I have two greens that are definitely in my palette this spring for just the colors that I'm just totally loving. And one does come from a collection from this year, and this is a L'Oreal polish. I wanted to give a shout out to L'Oreal. They're just always doing so great. And their Bohemian, what was it, Bohemian Beauty Collection? Something Bohemian that they came out with this year was so good. So many rich colors in it. And this green here is called Flower Crown, and it's so good. It's like a sea, a very... like dusty but also still very pigmented sea green. I just loved it so much. So this is definitely one of my picks for this year. Next up, I have another green, and this is just one of my favorite greens like of all time. I really haven't found another one that I can dupe for this necessarily, and this is Revlon Lime Basil, and it comes in the Parfumerie bottle, which is really fun. I love these bottles so much. I wish that more of the polishes in this collection were as good as this polish. And Lime Basil is just like it's a sweet green. It's not overly sweet. I mean, it's definitely on the green side, but it's a little bit on the cool side. And so I'm just loving this polish. I've loved it for a few springs in a row now, but I really loved it this year for spring, so definitely on my list. Alright, so let's move along. I actually have two blues in here as well, and this next polish is definitely just one of my favorite polishes like of all time. And it's really hard for me to go through a spring and not pull this polish out because I just love it so much. It's this very bright blue with a little bit of purple. And you probably already know what this is. It's China Glaze Boho Blues. This is just so good. It's from a few years ago, so it's not super duper recent, but of all the blues that were released this year, even like this one from OPI that is actually pretty similar that came out in the Alice in Wonderland collection. And you know, there have been actually quite a few good blues released this year, but none of them really measured up to this one. I just love this with an intense passion in my heart. So yeah, definitely on the top list for me. Alright, and my second blue is actually a holographic blue that comes to us from Virago Varnish. I've really just been falling in love with holographic polishes this year, and this one is just nice and soft but intense at the same time. This is Virago Varnish Oxidation from their Enology collection, and I just really loved this polish. And it has a lot of holographic in there, but it's definitely like a more subtle way to wear a holographic polish. So really feeling this one. Alright, so we're going to round things up. We're already at the last two here. My last two are purple polishes. And I feel like I could actually have probably included a lot more purple, but these were my two favorite purples that were released this year in spring. So we're just going to go with them. My first one is a lighter purple, and this is, of course, Zoya Aster from their Spring Petals collection this year, and it's just gorgeous. This definitely does need two coats. It doesn't maybe have as perfect of a formula as some other purples, but it has some gorgeous shimmer in there, just like really gorgeous. So it just pushed it over the top for me, and so I'm definitely feeling this polish this year and wearing it a lot this spring. Alright, and my very last polish, you know, what a better way to end it than to sum it up with one of my favorite purples that I've ever come across. This was my favorite polish in the OPI New Orleans collection, and this is I Manicure for Beads. It's kind of a plummy purple, but it's almost going a little bit towards fuchsia. It just has such a great just quality about it, such a great formula. It's just a amazing OPI cream that they do cream so well. So yeah, this is definitely right up there for me, and it kind of rounds out the whole collection pretty well for me. So I'm going to put a little picture up here, actually the picture that I used for the thumbnail. I'm just going to show you how everything goes together. This is kind of my palette of all these polishes together. I just was really feeling these colors. These are the ones that are speaking to me. So I hope you enjoyed this, and of course your favorite spring polishes, leave them in the comment section below. I would love to know what you are really loving right now. I hope you're really enjoying playing with your fun spring polishes this year. Hope you're having a great day. Thanks for spending some of it with me. I love you so much. Happy spring, and I will catch you very soon. Bye. This collection review is actually on the Pop Chalk collection, and they are 7 very bright neon, kind of chalky looking cream polishes. So we're going to go ahead and take a look, as we always do, at live application of all 7 of these polishes.